Hello. I'm Nick Miller, and this is my assignment number two. The implementation of instructional design. I think I have a really solid overview of topic here, and I know there is a window glare behind me. I will do my best to kind of keep my head still enough to block that. So here I am, instructional design implementation. Right now, we use Canvas, so I'm going to speak to you as if I'm talking to my teachers within Pearland ISD. So right now in Pearland ISD, we use Canvas. That has been the adopted LMS since before COVID. Canvas was used at the high school level before COVID, but only at a volunteer discretionary type basis. COVID happened. Canvas became mandatory for grades middle school, which is fifth grade, all the way up through high school, mandatory. And then at the end of COVID, we kind of fell off the bandwagon a little bit. I want to get us back on. Here in my Canvas, you can use this as a model, as a template. This course is shared out among all teachers in Pearland, so you can absolutely go in and see this as necessary. Right now, I have here my landing page. You come into Canvas. A student comes into Canvas. Let me go to my dashboard here. And a student will see all the courses they are part of, as per described by Skyward. So my course right here, Instructional Design, the one I'm using for examples today. And this is what students see. They log in, they see exactly this. Here I have my splash picture up here. This is just a standard image I created. On here, a teacher, you, would create a welcome video or about me, things along that nature. Sort of something like you would do on your homepage. Now, this year we are moving to a Canvas-based homepage. So your homepage would be what you put here. So we will be discussing that whenever we build out your web page. A nice little about me, if you want to include a video, something like that, it goes right here. This area, this box here, that's your about me, welcome video, instructor information, etc. Now, on this homepage, you see here I have this coming up area. This is where students will see what assignments you have coming up. This is where students will see what's coming due next. If they've missed an assignment, it will show up in that area. Get my finger right here, directly above me on this side of the screen. So this will be like their agenda. They can always click on the calendar and see what's coming up, what's been passed due, so on and so forth. If they have anything that is late, it will show up there. For regular instruction, this is where things change a little bit. Right now in Pearland, teachers, you're used to standing in front of the class and lecturing. We have document cameras set up to the projectors. You stand up under the document camera, you write your notes, and there it is. And then students, you get done with your lecture, and students close out their notebooks. Okay, let's take out our computers and do computer work. And they put their notebook away, and they get out their computer, and it's a separate transitional process. I want to see this get smoother. I want to see this get faster. So what I am proposing is, like I have right here, front and center, a class notebook. Now you can use this. Teachers, you have touchscreen tablets with pens and styluses that connect wirelessly to the display up front. A lot of the complaint has been, we have one-to-one devices. How do we manage classrooms when we can't see what's going on the screen of our students? Well, if you're standing in front of them, you can't see on the back side of the screen. If you're walking around and standing behind them, you can. So let me show you how to do that. I have here set up a class notebook, and this is where students will go to get their class notes as well. So I click here, and now it's going to ask me to do all the sign-in things and all that. This is where you would see it if you went straight from Canvas, and you can open your class notebook here. Once it is opened here, I've already got mine built out a little bit. Once it is opened here, you can go to the editing here and open in desktop app, which will then open it here, and it looks nicer. It's an easier way to look at it. It's not in a website, it's in the app. Anyways, so here I have the first page of my math notebook. So I'm pretending I'm a 7th grade math teacher. And this is kind of how it's laid out. So for instruction, I can be on this page, and I can write directly on the page. Just like that. You see it showing up on your screen. So I can be an instructor in the class walking around with my tablet, display this up on the board, and it's just like I'm standing underneath the document camera. The only difference is I'm not tethered to the document camera. I can move around. And this is a class notebook. So I can distribute this page of notes to my students before I start writing on it. In a class notebook, you would see all of your students listed down, let me get the camera here, down that side of the screen, the far left side. You would see students all listed down there. You take this page and you distribute this page. Class notebook, distribute page, and this goes out to all students. You determine what section it goes in. You basically organize their notebook. Now, the advantage to this is you distribute this out to their notes page. It's blank. It has nothing on it. This is a blank page. You distribute out to them. Now they have to take the notes along with you. They can always come back to your content library here and see what notes you have left for them. But you can also go down through their notebook. And now you have a notebook for each student that you can grade on their note-taking abilities. So you can check for understanding. You can go into their sections as it's listed down here and leave them notes. You can write on their notebook, hey, what are you doing here? Think about this. Now they have a copy in their handwriting and in yours, all taken from a touchscreen device. You know, we provide one-to-one devices through the district. They're touchscreen. All they need is a fingertip, and they can write on the screen. So why not use this? This transitions away from paper classrooms. The reason is I walk down the halls and I see students carrying bunches of stuff. Why? All our textbooks are online. This page here is out of an online textbook. It is part of our resource. Going back to Canvas, on part of my page, if I go back to my home page here, I have rules of the class notebook, late work. I have in here listed resources. So I go to my modules. This is where students would go for work. You see here I have laid out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, what we're doing in class. I also have down here a late work module for work that I can unpublish up here, but all students still have it down here if they need it. And then resources for Mr. Miller's class. I have my rules, which is just my rules page. Online textbooks, Office 365 portal, student handbook, student pass, any sort of support structure they may need. All right here. Okay? So, let me get back to my notes here. We have a link to all the resources the students would need. It's all right there in that modules. Everything in Canvas we know in Pearland lives off of the modules. Utilize this. Link this out to the point where it's sensible. You see here I have a warm-up activity. We come in, we do our warm-up, 3, 5 questions, whatever. And then I have linked to notes and video lesson working on rational numbers. That video is what we did the day before. In this case, what we did last Friday. This will be the link to my notes page. Everything is right here. Watch the video, working with rational numbers. This is what we did Friday, leading into Monday. And then class notebook to find notes. We were just there. So we do our class notes. They can go back to this at any time. If you do not have the ability to write on OneNote, print the page and write on it. Or copy the page. If we have students that are dead set on using a physical ISN, instructional notebook, then they can always print it, copy it, whatever, instructional notebook. As a teacher, you can have, 5, 10 copies of your notes available to students the next day or whatever the case may be. But it's cutting down on paper costs and it's way more organized for students. You see down here through Canvas, I have the previous and the next. That takes me to what's previous in the module and what's next in the module. So if you look at this, if I hit the previous button, it would go back 1, or next would go forward 1. And ONCB on our OneNote class notebook, right? It's right there. and load the one in a new window. Takes me right to the class notebook, OneNote, and I just, as soon as it gets done spinning here, open your class notebook. And we're right back to it. You see here the content library, right where I was before, term 1. Notice how everything's organized, and there it is, my handwritten notes. So that's in a nutshell how I'm envisioning this. If through Canvas I have announcements or anything like that, I can create announcements here. Students can't create announcements. I can create announcements here, and when a student comes into my course, it will show up at the top, right here where it says Nick Miller Instructional Design, right under it, announcement. Students can get announcements that way. As far as pacing goes, in my syllabus, this is the awesome thing about Canvas. If you structure everything and house everything through Canvas and utilize it the way it should, our syllabus is what's going to have our outline. Here's my little about me, like I would have on the front page. Some key points right here: class notebook, assignments will be posted through Canvas, is all the stuff the students need, and then course summary. This gives us our outline, our structure of what we're doing here, right down through for the entire term. It lays it out for us. So if there's anything else I need to add in here, say another pandemic happens or something happens where we have to close down school for a week, asbestos, who knows, whatever, and we have to go remote. Well, that's still not that hard because I have everything in Canvas. I do a Zoom meeting, I do a screen recording, I post it in Canvas. My students still have access to it, and there's been no loss of instruction. Okay? So that's this in a nutshell. I know I went fast. We will be working on this throughout the entire school year. I will be coming around to your different department meetings, your different team meetings, and checking up on things. If you have questions, please feel free to email me. If you have comments or ways to do things better, I am always open to that. Please, please, please. Communication is key. So let me know, and that's how we are moving forward. Thanks so much. Have a great day.